All right, 3 o'clock, so we can get serious now. And I'm going to try to keep my bias out of this. But the Pistons...
Oh, I thought it was Mike Trout.
I'm going to show personal growth. I have a lot of thoughts about what I heard earlier. Personal growth.
Okay.
Not doing it.
Okay.
The Pistons have been a darling of the news cycle. Now, I hate using this person as the epicenter of this, but I have to do it. One Stephen A. Smith has given his top 5 destinations for the 2 biggest superstars in the league that are available. One is Giannis, and one is Kevin Durant. Quote, KD with Detroit. Imagine that. If you think I'm yelling like Stephen A. Smith, you're crazy. With Cade Cunningham, with Malik Beasley shooting threes, I mean, come on now. Tremendous. Thanks for that. Bottom line, the Pistons are listed as one of the top destinations for Kevin Durant. Now, obviously, you know where I'm at. I want the Pistons to be bold, not stupid, but bold. Mm-hmm. And I do think there's an opportunity for the Pistons to be a real contender in the East. But I don't think it's with Kevin Durant. Now, I'm going to read you something, and I just want you to tell me if you can look past this. Is that fair?
Okay.
Kevin Durant at age 36. He trails only LeBron James and Chris Paul for minutes played. He has played nearly 42,000 minutes. This is a 36-year-old man who is signed through next season. The Pistons are young. They're developing. They're not at their zenith yet. Are you sure you want to get in business? I'm leaving bias out of this. The part where I call KD a loser or the part
Here.
Wasn't going to go there, personal growth. But I want to hear from people. I want to hear from you. I'm not going to shut it down and say this is horrible. I'm just telling you I would never do it. I don't agree with this. And I okay. Here's my issue with this. You have to consider the source. So, yes. Oh, well, Stephen A. makes $120 million. That's great. He gets a lot of stuff wrong often. Okay? I just don't think you can say Detroit is a top 5 destination for Kevin Durant or a top 3 destination. On what basis? To put a 36-year-old man on a short-term deal on a young team, and KD has to be Robin to Cade Cunningham's Batman? That's the fit? That's what you want to go with?
I think if they brought in KD, I don't think that he would fit that Robin thing. I think that they would be co-leaders. I think that Cade would acquiesce a lot of the responsibility to KD. He's on a short-term deal. Mike, I think this would work for Detroit, but 2 things have to happen. One, it has to stay short-term. It can only really just be 1 year. Okay?
So what am I giving up?
And that's the second thing. You cannot gut your team. The reason why teams fail when Kevin Durant goes there is because you have to give up all your pieces to bring him there, and he can't then supplement the 4 pieces that you let go and the draft picks. And that's what happened with the Suns. That's what happened with the Nets. So if I only have to give up very little for that 1 year, some draft picks, but I get to keep most of this team on a 1-year deal, I could see how it could work. That's it. It's a short-term thing, not long. It's like Schroeder. You can't keep him here too long because then he'll tear the team apart. But if it's 1 year, I think Cade, the whole Batman Robin thing, I think he and Cade will just play off of each other. And now you can't just sit there and focus on Cade because he can beat you. You can't just focus on KD because then Cade can beat you. I think that it could work. Just can't give up the house for him. You can't give up everything.
Okay. People, I want to ask the question. I think the line will be drawn. I think people are going to be all in or all out. I understand the source, Stephen A. Smith. That is a far cry from Sham Charania. But I hate this idea. Rico doesn't hate it. Rico has guardrails for it. You could give me KD for free. I'd hate it. I don't think he's a winner. I don't think he's a winning basketball player. And at 36 years old, I'm not interested. He's battled injuries the second half of his career. I think his attitude sucks. I pin a lot of the blame for how this went with the Suns on him. I think he is essentially a really good spot-up shooter at this point in his career. The post-Achilles KD, the explosiveness is largely gone. You can give him to me. I'll take him, I guess. Maybe I'll correct that, but I ain't giving up nothing for him. And right there, that renders it moot. But people, I've heard Rieger and Woj do this topic about 2 weeks ago. Well, now this is like, okay, it's in the discourse. Would you want Trajan Langdon to make a run? Would you want Langdon to pick up the phone? How about, why don't we just do that? Do you pick up the phone to KD? So many of you have yelled at me saying, and again, this is before a lawsuit. No. Don't even pick up the phone to Zion. And I go, why? I can make a case for Zion. I can't make a case for a 36-year-old on this team. But Rico has guardrails, that it would have to be a certain cost, that it would have to be short-term. Look, the problem's going to be he still makes $54.8 million. And Rico, I have a hard time believing he'll go anywhere without getting at least a second-year guarantee. That you would get a 1-year extension, that it would be a 2-year, $108 million pact.
See, I don't know, because I think that maybe it's one of those, I'm going to go in almost a little bit of a prove-it type thing, and knowing that somebody's going to overpay for me in another year.
David, I'll throw the number out, and then I want to hear from you. 248-539-9797. I have no interest in it. Stephen A. says...
Well, here's the other thing, too, David, there's no perfect player that's going to come here. David and I had this conversation yesterday, and he yelled at me a lot, which was very hurtful. But no perfect player is out there, so somebody's going to have baggage, whether it's Zion and, his durability, it's KD in the A. There's something bad about every player that the Pistons are looking at getting. So you're going to have to get past that and just look, can this person help you win? And I do think short term, KD could help you win. Go ahead, David. Finish yelling from yesterday.
No, he can't help you win. No, he can't help you win because this guy's emotions are like a roller coaster. Up, down, the other. I cannot win with someone that's emotions are all over the place when it comes to how he feels. I can't do that with KD, and that's why his teams don't win. How he feels
just described the entire Pistons team and their coach.
No, I have not. No, I have not, because they won. They won. They went to the playoffs and won, okay? KD comes to your team, and how he feels, the locker room now, that vibe now shifts to everyone else, and you begin to not be successful.
May I offer something? Rico is the king of player A, player B. And while I don't need to run down player A, you're going to know who it is. Before you call up and you tell me how much you want Kevin Durant here, not because Stephen A. said it, but because in your heart you believe it could work, tell me why you would support that while impugning the character of player A. What are these numbers, Mr. Rico Beard? I want to help you with something. 32, 55, 47, 39, 8, 75, 62.
Wait, say that again.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
32, 55, 47, 39, 8, 75, 62.
The amount of games Zion's played?
That'd be KD.
Oh, okay.
Also, in the last 4 years,
Mr. Sneaky.
I know, but you get my point.
Right.
When I said he struggled with injuries second half of his career, here's the other thing. Last 4 years, how many All-Star teams he made?
Last 4 years?
Well, he was the captain of one, so one.
One.
Okay.
The point I'm making is you're not getting KD from 7-8 years ago. I don't want him. I am. Hey, so
I don't think you need that KD because you just need low post scoring. You need a big man who can get you some points.
Well, that's not KD.
See, I think what you're misunderstanding is you may not want and need that KD, but he still thinks he's that KD. So he's going to come in and I'm this and I'm that, and he's going to be an emotional wreck, and the team will follow him where he goes.
Bottom
down
line
the
is,
drain.
In the last 5 seasons, I believe in my heart, he has been a prime reason. He has torn apart 2 franchises.
Well, yeah, for the Nets, he had to bring in all his buddies.
How'd that go?
It didn't.
Real good judge of character.
And for the Suns, Ishmael was stupid enough to trade away everybody for him.
Right, but you still had Beal. You still had Booker. You still had people on that team. That was a team that...
Right, but all the glue pieces all ended up being Knicks. So...
Yeah, I traded the Mikal Bridges deal. My goodness. All right, so look.
So
248-539-9797. So here's my question. We can do it this way, too. Because if you're in for KD, you need to be in for Zion. Aren't they the same, except one is 10 years younger?
Yeah. Both have baggage. And I'm okay. KD, trust me when I say this, Mike, it's truly a 1-year deal. That's it. He's got a shelf life, David.
All right. Or
you'll be on your honeymoon period. By the time the team hates him, he'll be gone.
248-539-9797. We'll get to your phone call. Stephen A. says the Pistons are a prime destination for KD. Get the barf bag.